Due to some sexual content, parental discretion is advised.
Masturbating.
God! Get ready to rock, America!
It's the Smith and Milano Podcast, brought to you by Treehouse Comedy Production. Here's R.C. Smith and Lou Milano.
Welcome.
Sup, bitches?
Welcome to the internet. I'm trying to sound like every other podcast.
Yeah. Hi.
Guys just sitting around talking about shit no one cares about.
Miserable.
They sound miserable. People got into showbiz, and believe me, this is showbiz.
As good as it gets these days.
As good as it gets to have fun, to have a good time. It's only comedy.
That's us.
And then you listen to well, anybody. You see comics on stage, you listen to podcasts, you see stand-up specials on TV, and they're the most miserable sons of bitches that you'll ever hear. It's like, really? Why are you so sad?
Why are you so mad? What's the segment they used to do on hip-hop radio in New York? I think it was Kiss 95.7.
Right.
Kiss 95.7, tell them why you're mad. And it was always, this motherfucker in front of me is just like slow.
I worked with a guy a couple weeks ago, this kid opened for me, and he got on stage, and he goes shuffling up, and he takes the microphone. He's like, oh, so... And so he got on stage, and I was like, "Why are you so tired, dude? What? Did you build a house or dig a ditch or did you walk here to the gig? Why are you so tired on stage?"
We didn't tell people who we are.
Oh, welcome to episode 2 of the Smith and Milano podcast. You are
Lou Milano,
and I am R.C. Smith.
That's right. R.C. Smith is a stand-up comedian. He's also the warm-up comic for the ABC hit show The Chew, the Emmy Award-winning show The Chew.
Absolutely. And Lou Milano does a radio show
in Connecticut,
somewhere in America,
for almost 20 years that I can't talk about.
And we have a shitload of experience. I've been a comic for 26 years. I've been doing warm-up for 17 years. So between the two of us, I'm lousy at math. We have well over 1,000 years of experience.
That's right.
Between the two of us.
I've also done a bunch of TV shows that never went on TV.
Wow, that's amazing.
So why bring it up?
I've done TV too that nobody's ever seen as well.
Because it's very annoying. That's why I bring it up.
I hate TV. I mean being
like
on
producing.
TV. I don't like being on TV. So I don't like being interviewed on television. I'm very self-conscious. So where in radio, like I'm naked right now, and no one would ever even know it.
Nice balls, by
Thanks,
the way.
man. I appreciate. Yeah.
Nice balls. Let's do our, this is our first segment for those of you who don't know, which is everyone, because you're joining the show probably.
And this is only our second episode ever.
This is a segment called One More from the Road. R.C. Smith obviously goes on the road every week as a stand-up comedian, so he typically has a story. This week, I believe it's my turn.
Here's one more from the road.
So when I say one more from the road, for me this week, I was literally on the road.
Uh-huh.
So I had to take my father-in-law to the airport.
Okay.
All right. JFK.
Where was he going?
JFK. He was going to the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
His native land.
Nice.
Okay. With his lady friend. And
that's a whole nother story, by the way.
Whole nother story. So I gotta, unload my caravan, which is loaded with my children's shit. I have 4 children.
Right.
You have 2. And I'm not comparing. I'm not
saying,
hey,
I will never try to beat you in that category.
Who just want to catch people up. So my wife had to unload all of the many, many things that she stores in our vehicle.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know
because
was
it
that much.
becomes an extra closet space.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we do that, and I get my father-in-law in the van, and we're driving down. Now, I don't have an Easy Pass. He does. He didn't bother to bring it. But he's paying the freight.
Yeah.
He's going to pay the cash line, whole thing.
He said, Lou, you take me to the airport.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's his voice or not. I've never met him.
Yeah. Why don't we try accents again?
Lou, I will pay the fare if you take me to the airport. I picture him as a very old man. I don't know why.
He's not. He's a good-looking guy. He looks he's in his 50s.
Right.
Looks a lot younger than he is.
Right.
Quick sidebar. He is very Dominican, has a very thick accent. His name is Miguel.
Okay.
I have a friend who is very cracker-ass white.
Uh-huh.
And he was over for dinner, and my father-in-law walked out on the deck, and he goes, "Hey, Manuel!" And I laughed. Just throw any name out there, Spanish name.
Did he answer to it?
He laughed. He's got a good sense of humor. So I get Miguel and his lady friend in the van, and we drive down. So going over the Whitestone, we're going through the cash lane, right?
Right.
So we do that whole thing, pay the cash. I drop them off. I head back. Now I'm happy. I haven't been alone in a long time. Yankees are playing the Red Sox.
I love my car time.
Love it.
I love it. It's just me in the car listening to whatever I want. Sometimes I don't even listen to anything. I turn the radio off and I just listen to the sound of the car as I'm driving. It's just,
I hear you, bro.
Sure, I fall asleep and I drift in other lanes. I get a little too relaxed.
Give yourself a pedicure.
But I know, but I know I'm not going to kill anybody else.
That's right.
Because it's only me in the car by myself.
So, yeah, I'd set the scene. Yankees are playing the Red Sox. I'm hearing it on the radio. It's a beautiful summer night. I'm coming over the Whitestone, looking at the city, good visibility.
You see the Trump golf course?
Yeah, I see the Trump golf course on the right-hand side, the city on my left.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I'm staring at both of them, not one eye on the road.
Planes are coming over the Whitestone, landing in LaGuardia. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful ride.
Before I get myself in trouble, now I'm going to backtrack. About a month ago, we traveled down south to Virginia to see my sister, okay? And I don't... that's not true. I travel once a year down south, always somewhere for the last 20 years. So I'm familiar with all the rides and what is necessary and all that. But in recent years, it still blows my mind that there's this 65 mile per hour Easy Pass that you can just breeze through. And we don't have an Easy Pass, and I just do it.
Right.
And I wait for the bill.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. So that's where my head was at coming off of this recent trip when I'm heading over the Whitestone. So I see the Easy Pass lane, and I go, fuck it.
I know where this is going.
I'm going through the Easy Pass lane. Right? Now, I've done this trip a million times. I used to take my father down to JFK every week for business, and I know better.
Right.
But my head's in Mississippi, okay?
Yeah.
So I get all the way over into the Easy Pass lane, and I realize when it's way too late that the barricade still exists.
They have a bar.
They have the bar still, and they're one of the few spots, the Whitestone, that still has the bar.
Right.
And a cop posted up right there.
Yeah.
So here comes the acting performance. Right. So I parked there. The bar doesn't move.
Right.
The cop's not moving.
And you know why it's not going up? Because you don't fucking have an Easy Pass.
I don't have an Easy Pass. I'm just like, they'll bill me. So the guy's standing there looking at me, and he sees this shit all day. So he's not surprised. He's not angry.
No.
And I'm just pretending like looking around for this Easy Pass that I know is not there.
Right.
Might have done it a little too long. Then I roll down my window and I go, I don't know why the bar's not going up. And he goes, well, do you have an Easy Pass?
Wow.
I go, I think my wife took it out. And he goes, okay, yeah. So he walks up to the window.
By the way, always a great excuse to blame your wife.
You got to blame your wife.
Because the cop blames his wife on a daily basis.
Exactly.
He's watching a toll gate at a bridge when he's supposed to be a cop.
Right.
You know, my wife made me become a cop.
Exactly. If she was there, I would have blamed her.
Right.
I would have been like, pretend like you're mute. Pretend like you don't speak English.
Right.
So I'm sitting there, and he goes, well, let me ask you a question. Didn't you have Connecticut plates? I know you came over the bridge. Right. How did you pay for that with no Easy Pass? I said, well, I was in the quick lie thinking. Wow. I've been lying for years. You ready for this one?
Right.
Well, my father-in-law, I was driving him to the airport. He insisted that I not waste money on my Easy Pass account, wanted me to go to the cash lane. He paid for it. You know how fast I lied?
Wow.
And the guy, I think, almost believed it.
Right.
I really want to believe my hype on this one. I think he believed it.
There was like a glimmer of hope in his eye.
And he goes, pull up over here to the left. I'll be right back. He comes back. He goes...
And he makes you wait, doesn't he?
Oh, they made me wait.
Oh,
yeah.
Forever. You're sitting there forever.
And everybody in the southbound lane heading towards, JFK, going on their vacation. Yep. Like, look at this fucking
They see you sitting there by yourself with Connecticut plates.
Connecticut plates, white skin, red hair.
Right.
This asshole doesn't know how it works.
Yeah. Or they're saying, that mother, that's white privilege. He thought that he could just drive through.
It. So I told my lies.
Right.
I'm sitting there, and he comes out, and he goes, you got to... I had already given him money. He said, you're going to pay on the way back. So I gave him $50, came back with the change. And he goes, you can't do that up here. Like I've never been to the city. This is the situation that I put myself in.
He thought you were a stupid redneck from the sticks.
Exactly.
This is the big city, boy.
Yeah, I'm down in the city all the time. I make the trip all the time. But I look like an idiot because I put myself in that situation.
Right.
And he hands me a ticket, $138.
Oh.
Plus, the $8 to get over the bridge,
so
which I had to give.
It was a $140 lie.
Right.
Wow.
And my father-in-law gave me some cash for taking him down, $50. Still taking a loss.
Wow. You would have been better off pretending you didn't speak English.
Now it's time, real quick, before we get into our big feature, which takes us through most of our show, which is called The Five.
The Five.
We are going to
which,
thank
by the way,
people
has
that make
nothing
this
to do.
possible.
The 5 has nothing to do with any show you might see anywhere else on America or in TV or radio or anything like that. So
That's right. We don't objectify and molest women here
at all.
That's right.
At least not today.
So we want to thank people that make this show possible. Who's going first? Me or you?
So you go ahead.
All right. I want to thank a special thanks to Vin Giacvoni at VMJ Designs for doing an outstanding job on the Smith and Milano podcast logo. You can visit him at VMJ Designs. Contact him at vmjdesigns@gmail.com or like VMJ Designs on Facebook. Vin Giacvoni at VMJ Designs, thank you for your professionalism, attention to detail, and outstanding and prompt attention to change and input. You rock. Go to VMJ Designs for your website design, flyer, or logo editing needs, vmjdesigns.com.
Our show is brought to you by our main sponsor, the Treehouse Comedy Productions, which is the oldest and original provider of live comedy entertainment in Connecticut. And it's now been close to 35 years that they've been doing business in comedy. The Treehouse has venues in Westport, Windsor Locks, and at the Fairfield Theater Company. Go to treehousecomedy.com for all upcoming shows or call the box office at 203-268-5857. Don't miss Billy Wynn. He's headlining the Treehouse Comedy Club in Westport on Saturday, August 26th. Again, go to treehousecomedy.com. There's a lot of great shows coming up starring Rich Voss, Cash Cab star Ben Bailey, Nick DiPaolo, Robert Kelly, and of course a bunch of other shows. And if you want to book me, R.C. Smith, also go to treehousecomedy.com or call 203-268-5857. treehousecomedy.com, the finest in live comedy here in Connecticut.
You mentioned a lot of people we like. Billy Wynn, great guy.
Billy Wynn, love Nick DiPaolo.
Nick DiPaolo, great guy. Rich Voss, what a pain in the ass and a dick, but a friend.
Yeah, but very funny.
Very funny. Robert Kelly, very funny.
Very funny.
Ben Bailey, I heard Cash Cab is coming back. Or is it back already?
It's back already. They're starting another show.
There you go.
Another season.
All right, so it's one more. I'm sorry. Guitar Hanger. So these are the guys. Rick Tedesco is the owner-operator of Guitar Hanger out of Brookfield, Connecticut, which is close to where we are here in Danbury, Connecticut, where we record. Guitar Hanger, of course, you can reach him online if you're listening to us other than Brookfield, Connecticut. We hope so. GuitarHanger.com. Hanger like an airplane hanger. HANGAR.com. Serving Earth's musicians since 1999. Full-service, family-owned music store featuring instruments of all shapes, sizes, guitar, ukulele, bass, drums, amps, pedals, school band instruments, and more. See their full selection, again, at GuitarHanger.com. Like them on Facebook. They have new, used, vintage, and rare instruments. You could buy, sell, trade. You can do consignment there, lessons for any instrument, school band instruments. That's a big deal. Where do you get a fucking tuba?
Where do you get a tuba? Where do you get an oboe? Where do you get a xylophone? By the way, if you ever played a xylophone in a marching band, impossible.
You know, reminds me of, do you remember the Jerky Boys bit where he's on the phone with the lady and I think he's playing like the Hispanic character?
Right.
And he goes, hold on 1 second. And he goes, and he goes, you know what that was? And she goes, no, what? And he goes, it was a fucking tuba. But back to GuitarHanger.com. Guitar Hanger, school band instruments, rentals and sales, repairs, restorations, recording studios, sessions, PA system rental, and more.
Speaking of podcasts, when you're done listening to the Smith and Milano podcast, you should check out The Rope Break. Friends of ours, Joey Etch and Ryan Baer, they're your local source for news, opinions, and interviews revolving around pro wrestling and combat sports. The combat sports, MMA, the big fight.
Yeah, Mayweather and McGregor.
That's coming up. I'm sure they're covering all the ins and outs of that. Yep. So they have new episodes each week available on iTunes, Stitcher, and anywhere else you might get your podcast.
Yeah,
it's The Rope Break.
If you want to know the last place John Cena is that, I almost said John Cena. Way to ruin your joke, bro.
I met John Cena a couple of times. He's been on the Chew a couple of times.
Too much neck.
And he always makes an entrance. And before he makes his entrance through the audience, the stage manager always says, okay, you're going to go down the steps and turn left. And then you'll be right down there on the set. He always turns right. Always. Twice now.
His job is to make an entrance.
Twice now. He's made, gone right.
The WWE entrances are 45 minutes long. The match is 2 minutes long.
Well, our entrances are about 6 seconds. And he always turns the wrong way. To the point of where I'm like, well, next time he's on, tell him to go right.
So there you go. Check out The Rope Break. And maybe we got to send those notes over to Joey Etch. Yeah. And he could talk about John Cena doesn't know his left from his right.
Start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
This is The Five with Smith and Milano.
Houston, Atlanta, roll program.
5 topics, all funny shit. Here's number 1.
All right, so you have the first story.
I do have the first story. This is excellent. Guys in jail are in jail for a reason. I would say the majority of them are in jail. They say nobody's guilty of anything in jail.